My name is Zara and welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video I'm going to be planting lettuce. So the lettuce that I'm going to be planting today is going to be the Blonde de Paris. It is an heirloom, which is pretty exciting. I don't think I pronounced it correctly, but I guess that doesn't really matter. It is a Kirchhoff's brand, and it's been around since 1894, so I trust it. And yeah, so I have this empty pellet, and this is, well, it's not empty, but I have 4 empty little holes in it that I'm going to be using to plant the lettuce in. So I already have 2 pepper plants that are sort of my backups to my backups. So yeah, and you actually can sow the lettuce seeds directly into the ground, but I don't really like doing that, and the reason why I don't like doing that is because when it grows, it's gonna grow its first 2 leaves, and then it's gonna grow its true leaves. So these are the first 2 leaves that are identical in all plants, and then you get the true leaves. So in a lettuce plant, just say this is a lettuce, and this stem is going to get quite weak once the lettuce starts to grow. The true leaves get quite big and it's gonna fall over. And so the reason why I plant them in here is because when I plant them into my little vegetable box that I have going on right now, I can plant them up till this point where the true leaves are coming out, and that way it's going to have really good support in the ground. And I really don't like to see my vegetable plants falling over, have little mini heart attacks through the window just staring at them like, oh, it's terrible when you see vegetable plants that you really want to grow, when you're really passionate about it, and you just see something gone wrong, and it's just like you want it to work out so badly. But this is my first time doing it, so obviously not everything's gonna go so perfectly. But yeah, so the potting seed mix that I'm gonna be using today is this coconut peat brick, and this is really fantastic because it's very fine, and there's no big chunks in it, and it also holds a lot of water for a very long time, which is fantastic because that is what your seeds will need. Now I got this, well, I got the idea from first by watching one of my, I would say, favorite Instagram people that I follow. Her name is Poppy, and she is she's a gardener and many other things, a horticulturist, and permaculture. She's really into that, and she's really passionate about it, and I love watching her videos. And so that's where I got this idea from, because she used it, and then I thought, okay, I'd never ever find this in Pietermaritzburg ever. And then I go to Blackwoods one day, and there it is, sitting over there. It was very exciting because I didn't think I would be able to get it anywhere else, apart from like online. So yeah, it was really cool that I actually found this in Pietermaritzburg. So I've already gone ahead and filled up these 4 empty little cubes. I'm not sure what to call them. So with lettuce seeds, you're gonna want to plant them quite close to the surface. The rule of thumb is that you plant the seed, the depth of the seed will be twice of its width. So you will see that a lettuce seed is quite tiny, so it's literally just going to be underneath the surface. So you're going to fill up whatever you're planting in, whatever pot, whether it's just a normal pot, you're going to want to fill it up right to the top. Unless you're sowing it directly into the ground, then you don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, you don't want to plant it deep. So just filling it up right to the top. Okay. Pressing down quite gently. I feel like you'll know when you're pressing too hard. Okay. Just take out some there. And there you go. So now what you're gonna do, give your hands a dust, and you're gonna get your seeds. So let's get a few seeds. You're gonna get quite a lot, and they're quite small. I don't know if you all can see them. They are, they're very small. And you are just going to plop them in. So in this one, you can put as many as you want and then reduce it down. But in general, lettuce has really good germination rate. So you don't really need to worry about planting a whole lot, because the chances are every single one of those seeds are going to germinate. So yeah, I don't want a whole lot because I already have some going. This is just to fill up some empty space that I have in the little vegetable box I have going right now. Yeah, so once that's done, you are going to then sprinkle some soil ever so gently over it. Ooh, it is hot. Just make sure all the seeds are covered. Just like a nice layer over them. Just a sprinkle. You don't really need to get a thick layer because of the seed size. But you obviously want a good, a nice layer that's gonna really give off some good soil to seed contact, and that to also make sure that when you water it, none of the seeds get displaced because the seeds are too close to the surface. Now I know you can water from the bottom up, so you will put the tray into a container and allow the water to wick its way up, which is really great for seedlings because it won't disturb the seed. But I'm not going to be doing that today. Sort of taking a shortcut, and really another gentle way I think is just sprinkling it with your fingers, because if you use something to pour water in, then you're definitely going to be displacing some seeds, and you do not want that, especially if you are trying to keep them apart in a very small little cube like these. Because if they grow really close together, then you're going to have little wars going on underneath the surface as they get bigger, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, then give it a nice pat down, sprinkle on some water, and there you have it. And yeah, these guys, the first time I planted them, they germinated within 3 days. I was shocked because I've never seen something germinate from seed that quickly. But this is my first time growing lettuce, so maybe this is the usual, but I was shocked. I was like, wow. And all of them came up, and because like in the package you get so many hundreds of seeds, I just sprinkled so many in each row, and then I had like a whole bush of lettuce that I had to thin down, obviously, eventually, because then I would have had like 500 lettuce plants. Yeah, so there you go. You planted lettuce.